Wrapping up the week of trade here on Friday, I'm joined now by Ethan Robson of agmarket.net for our daily market summary. Ethan, how did we close out the trade in the grains today?
Yeah, all in all, a pretty quiet sideways type of trade. July corn up a penny and a half, East corn up a penny as well. 440 and 3/4 there on that December contract. July soybeans down about a penny and 3/4, 11.13 and a half. New crop soybeans down a penny as well, 11.32. Wheat market down a penny to two across the board. Early night over the overnight session saw July corn, East corn make new contract lows as well. Good to see we were able to close off the lows there. All in all, still not great prices, but able to close above that 440 mark for D's corn.
So, Ethan, with the WASDE report yesterday, historically, we move on fairly quickly from the June report. Do you think that's going to be the case again for us this month? And if there were any surprises in that report, did anything catch your eye?
Yeah, all in all, it trades looking towards the end of the month now for that acres and grain stocks report, keeping a close eye of there. Expect managed money to continue to manage their positions accordingly heading into that report. Typically a pretty big market mover going into the rest of the summer. WASDE-wise, domestic balance sheets remain fairly quiet. Some small changes in U.S. corn and soybeans just on the demand side, but all in all, no major surprises there. World stage, though, some pretty big changes there in South America with the Brazil and Argentina crop, as well as over in India as well. That's going to put some pressure on U.S. exports going into this new crop marketing year for corn. But all in all, market's pretty quiet today. Traded the USDA WASDE report accordingly yesterday. That's why we had a little bit of a down day in both corn and soybeans. But now, like you said, all eyes on that acres and grain stocks report end of the month.
And as we talk about the weather that we've had here recently, at least from what I've seen, for the most part, I think I feel safe in saying that throughout the Corn Belt, the areas of problems have been the areas where there's been too much rain. It hasn't been so much the dry spots. Am I missing out on any dry spots, or am I kind of on the right track there?
You're kind of on the right track there. I know where I'm at, Central Illinois, just south of Bloomington and even north of Bloomington too. Rain amounts, have been pretty variable, but all in all, still pretty heavy. We got about 3.5, 4 inches in Central Illinois, Pike County, where I'm from. North of Bloomington, I know Kurt talked about it yesterday, got 8 inches as well. And you look at that drought monitor that was released yesterday, expecting more of that central Corn Belt area to be less in the drought monitor next week, less than D1, D2. No, there's a little bit of drought going on in the Minnesota, Dakotas area, but like you said, main weather-wise has been too much rain versus not enough rain. So definitely going to be something the markets be paying close attention to in the weeks ahead. But right now, just kind of in the mindset that the rain makes grain type of mindset going forward.
Over on the other side of the markets, how did the livestock trade today?
Yeah, a weaker day in that live and feeder cattle market. That live cattle August contract down $1.50, 241.17 and a half. Feeder cattle August down about $2.22 and a half at 357.42 and a half there. Big news, obviously, the New World screwworm case. I think there's a total of 9 cases now in the U.S. Definitely something that managed money, the whole market in general, is keeping a close eye on, trying to figure out which way the market wants to move.
And at the same time, Ethan, you mentioned those 9 confirmed cases. I've been pleasantly surprised, at least by the public reaction to the New World screwworm story. We didn't have that initial panic, I would say, from those reports. And it seems like the public's staying fairly well informed on this situation. Is that the hope then, that that essentially just becomes background noise at a certain point?
That definitely is. Yeah, that was the main worry, right? When these cases came over to the US is, okay, how's the media going to portray this? Because like you said, if consumers sees that the media is portraying this in a negative way for the US meat and cattle industry, that's definitely a negative factor there, and could see managed money take some of their long positions off. But all in all, I have to give the media credit. They're doing a great job for the most part, keeping the US consumer informed. And so far, seeing the cattle market remain pretty tame, all in all.
And we will keep an eye, of course, on that consumer sentiment and how it is reacting to that news story as it continues to develop. Ethan, what's the best way for our viewers to get in touch for more marketing information?
Yeah, give us a call down here in Bloomington Normal, 1-800-779-1515. Visit us online, agmarket.net. Has everything you need there.
Lots of great information from the team. Check out agmarket.net. He is Ethan Robson. Ethan, thanks so much for the time. Always appreciate it, and have a great weekend.
You as well. Appreciate it. Thank you.